Hello everyone, and welcome back. Let me start by asking you a simple question. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you went there? Maybe you opened the refrigerator and couldn't remember what you were looking for. Or perhaps you ran into a neighbor you've known for years, only to find yourself struggling to remember their name. If any of these situations sound familiar, you're certainly not alone. Many older adults notice occasional memory lapses as they age. In fact, one of the most common concerns people have, after the age of 60, is whether changes in memory are simply a normal part of aging, or a warning sign of something more serious. It's understandable to worry. We hear a great deal about dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and cognitive decline. News headlines often make it seem as though memory loss is an unavoidable part of getting older. But what if there is some encouraging news? What if one of the most powerful tools for supporting brain health isn't found in a prescription bottle? What if it's something available to nearly all of us, regardless of age? What if it's movement? Today we're going to explore what modern science tells us about exercise and the aging brain. We'll discuss why the brain changes over time, how physical activity may support memory and cognitive function, which types of exercise appear to be most beneficial, and how you can build simple habits that fit into everyday life. Most importantly, we'll focus on realistic, evidence-based information. This video is not about miracle cures. It's not about promises that exercise can prevent every memory problem. Instead, it's about understanding what researchers have learned, and how those findings may help us make informed decisions about healthy aging. And as always, this video is for educational purposes only and should not replace personalized advice from your healthcare provider. Now let's begin by understanding what actually happens inside the brain as we age. Chapter 1. Why does the brain change with age? Most people understand that aging affects the body. Muscles may become weaker. Joints may become stiffer. Recovery from physical activity may take longer than it did in our younger years. But many people don't realize that the brain also changes throughout the aging process. The good news is that not every change is harmful. Some abilities remain remarkably stable throughout life. Many older adults continue to possess excellent judgment, wisdom, emotional regulation, and problem-solving skills. In fact, life experience often allows older adults to make better decisions than younger individuals in certain situations. However, some aspects of brain function do change over time. One of the most noticeable changes involves processing speed. You may find that it takes a little longer to recall information than it once did. Perhaps a name is on the tip of your tongue, but takes a few extra moments to remember. This doesn't necessarily mean your memory is failing. It may simply reflect normal age-related changes in how the brain retrieves information. Researchers have identified several biological factors that contribute to these changes. One of the most important involves a structure deep within the brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus plays a major role in forming and organizing memories. You can think of it as part of the brain's filing system. Throughout life, the hippocampus helps convert experiences into memories that can later be stored and retrieved. As we age, the hippocampus may gradually decrease in volume. This process can make learning new information more challenging, and may contribute to occasional forgetfulness. Another factor involves blood flow. The brain represents only a small percentage of body weight, yet it consumes a surprisingly large amount of oxygen and energy. Brain cells depend on a constant supply of nutrients delivered through the bloodstream. As we age, circulation may become somewhat less efficient. This means the brain may not receive nutrients as effectively as it once did. Researchers have also observed changes in the connections between nerve cells. The brain contains billions of neurons, communicating through an incredibly complex network. When we're younger, many of these pathways operate with remarkable speed and efficiency. Over time, some of these communication pathways may become less responsive. Imagine a city with thousands of roads connecting different neighborhoods. When traffic flows smoothly, information moves quickly. But if some roads become damaged or congested, travel becomes slower. A similar process can occur within the aging brain. The result may be slower recall, reduced multitasking ability, or occasional memory lapses. At this point, some people become discouraged. They assume these changes mean that cognitive decline is inevitable. Fortunately, that assumption isn't entirely correct. Over the past several decades, neuroscientists have discovered something extraordinary. The brain remains adaptable throughout life. This adaptability is known as neuroplasticity. For many years, scientists believed that the adult brain was relatively fixed and unable to change significantly. Today we know that's not true. Even in our 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, the brain continues to create new neural connections. It continues to adapt to new experiences. It continues to learn. This means that our daily habits can influence how well the brain functions as we age. Reading, learning new skills, engaging socially, getting adequate sleep, and maintaining physical activity may all contribute to supporting brain health. And among these lifestyle factors, exercise has emerged as one of the most promising. Why? Because exercise appears to affect the brain in multiple ways simultaneously. It influences circulation. It affects chemical signaling. It may support the growth and maintenance of neural networks. And that's exactly what we'll discuss next. Chapter 2. 3 Ways Exercise Supports the Brain. When most people think about exercise, they think about muscles. They think about weight loss, strength, flexibility, or cardiovascular fitness. But scientists now understand that physical activity may also have important effects on the brain. Let's explore 3 of the most significant ways exercise appears to support cognitive health. The first is improved blood flow. Every time you engage in physical activity, your heart begins pumping more efficiently. As circulation increases, more oxygen-rich blood reaches tissues throughout the body, including the brain. This matters because brain cells are extremely active. Even while sitting quietly, the brain is constantly processing information, regulating body functions, storing memories, and coordinating countless activities. All of this work requires energy, and energy requires oxygen and nutrients. Research suggests that regular, aerobic exercise may help support healthy blood vessel function and improve circulation. Better circulation may help create an environment that supports cognitive performance. The second mechanism involves a fascinating substance called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, often abbreviated as BDNF. Although the name sounds complicated, the basic idea is relatively simple. BDNF helps support the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons. Some researchers describe it as fertilizer for the brain because it helps create conditions that support healthy neural function. BDNF appears to play an important role in learning and memory. Studies have found that physical activity is associated with increased levels of BDNF. While scientists continue to study exactly how this relationship works, the evidence suggests that exercise may help create an environment that supports neuroplasticity. Remember what we discussed earlier? The brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. BDNF appears to be one of the tools the brain uses to accomplish that task. The third mechanism involves inflammation. When people hear the word inflammation, they often think about swelling after an injury. However, researchers have identified another form, known as chronic low-grade inflammation. Unlike acute inflammation, which is part of the body's normal healing response, chronic inflammation can persist for long periods of time. Scientists believe chronic inflammation may contribute to a variety of age-related health conditions. There is growing interest in understanding how inflammation affects brain health. Regular physical activity appears to help the body maintain a healthier inflammatory balance. Exercise may also support metabolic health, cardiovascular function, and other systems that indirectly influence cognitive well-being. What's particularly impressive is that these benefits don't occur independently. They interact with one another. Improved circulation helps nourish brain cells. Healthy neural networks support learning and memory. Reduced inflammation may contribute to a healthier environment for brain function. Together, these effects may help explain why physically active individuals often demonstrate better cognitive outcomes than their less active peers. Of course, exercise is not a guarantee against memory problems. No lifestyle habit can offer that promise. But the evidence increasingly suggests that staying active is one of the most valuable investments we can make in both physical and cognitive health. And perhaps the best part is this. You don't need to become an athlete to begin experiencing benefits. In the next chapter, we'll explore one of the simplest forms of exercise available to nearly everyone. Walking. And you may be surprised by just how powerful a daily walk can be for the aging brain. Chapter 3. Can walking really help your brain? When people hear about the benefits of exercise, many immediately picture intense workouts, crowded gyms, or long hours of training. And that's often where a problem begins. Many older adults assume that if they can't exercise intensely, there is little point in exercising at all. Fortunately, research suggests otherwise. One of the most powerful forms of exercise for healthy aging may also be one of the simplest. Walking. In fact, walking is often considered one of the safest, most accessible, and most sustainable forms of physical activity. For older adults, you don't need special equipment. You don't need advanced athletic ability. And you don't need years of experience. You simply need a comfortable pair of shoes and a willingness to move. But can something as simple as walking really help the brain? According to a growing body of research, the answer appears to be yes. Studies have repeatedly found associations between regular physical activity and better cognitive function in older adults. Individuals who remain physically active often perform better on tests involving memory, attention, and executive function compared to those who are largely sedentary. Executive function refers to the brain's ability to plan, organize, focus attention, and make decisions. These skills are essential for everyday life. Researchers have also observed that older adults who maintain regular physical activity may experience a slower rate of cognitive decline over time. Now, it's important to be careful here. Association does not necessarily prove cause and effect. However, the consistency of findings across many studies has encouraged scientists to continue investigating this relationship. One particularly interesting area of research involves walking speed. Some studies have found that walking speed may reflect overall physical and neurological health. Individuals who maintain mobility and physical function often demonstrate better cognitive outcomes as well. This does not mean everyone needs to walk fast. Rather, it highlights the close relationship between movement and brain health. Walking may also provide benefits beyond physical exercise itself. Consider what often happens during a walk. You observe your surroundings, you navigate pathways, you pay attention to traffic signals or changing terrain. You may engage in conversation with a friend or neighbor. All of these activities stimulate the brain. In a sense, walking can become both physical and mental exercise. Many older adults also find that walking improves mood. A short walk outdoors can reduce feelings of stress and help create a sense of calm. Mental well-being is closely connected to cognitive health. When we feel less stressed and more engaged with life, our brains often function more effectively. Some researchers even suggest that spending time in natural environments may provide additional psychological benefits. Walking in a park, near water, or along a tree-lined path may offer restorative effects that go beyond exercise alone. Of course, not everyone can walk long distances. Some people live with arthritis, balance challenges, chronic pain, or mobility limitations. The important message is not that everyone must walk the same amount. The message is that movement matters. Even small increases in daily activity can be meaningful. For someone who currently spends most of the day sitting, a 5-minute walk may be a significant first step. Over time, those 5 minutes can become 10, then 15, then 20. Healthy aging is rarely about dramatic changes. More often, it is the result of small habits, practiced consistently over months and years. Perhaps one of the greatest advantages of walking is sustainability. Many exercise programs fail because they feel overwhelming. Walking, on the other hand, can easily become part of daily life. You can walk after breakfast. You can walk with friends. You can walk while listening to music, podcasts, or audiobooks. You can even break your walking into several shorter sessions throughout the day. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is movement. And for many older adults, walking may be one of the simplest and most effective ways to support both body and brain. Now let's look at another important question. If walking is beneficial, are there other types of exercise that may be even more effective? The answer may surprise you. Research suggests that the best exercise program for brain health may not be a single activity at all. Instead, it may be a combination of different forms of movement. Chapter 4. What types of exercise are best for the brain? If you were to ask 10 different experts about the best exercise for brain health, you might receive 10 slightly different answers. But there is one thing most experts agree on. Variety matters. Different types of exercise challenge the body and brain in different ways, and each type appears to provide unique benefits. Let's begin with aerobic exercise. Aerobic activities are those that increase your heart rate and breathing for an extended period. Examples include walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, and hiking. Aerobic exercise has received the most attention in brain health research. One reason is that it directly supports cardiovascular function. The brain depends heavily on healthy circulation. By strengthening the heart and blood vessels, aerobic activity may help maintain the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to brain tissue. For many older adults, brisk walking remains the easiest way to achieve these benefits. However, swimming can be an excellent alternative for individuals with joint pain. Cycling, whether outdoors or on a stationary bike, may also provide effective cardiovascular exercise. Dancing offers another unique advantage. Not only does it elevate the heart rate, but it also challenges coordination, balance, rhythm, and memory. Learning dance steps requires the brain to process and recall movement patterns, making dancing both physical and mental exercise. Next, let's talk about strength training. Many people assume strength training is only important for building muscles. In reality, maintaining muscle strength becomes increasingly important as we age. Strong muscles support balance, mobility, independence, and overall quality of life. Examples include resistance bands, light dumbbells, bodyweight exercises, and weight machines. Research suggests that strength training may also provide benefits for cognitive function. Although scientists are still exploring the exact mechanisms, some evidence indicates that resistance exercise may positively influence brain health through hormonal, metabolic, and neurological pathways. Another category that deserves special attention is balance training. Falls are a major concern among older adults. A serious fall can significantly impact independence and confidence. Balance exercises help reduce this risk. Simple activities such as standing on one foot while holding onto a stable surface, heel to toe, walking, or practicing controlled movements can improve stability over time. Then we come to a particularly interesting category known as mind-body exercise. This includes activities such as Tai Chi and yoga. Tai Chi is often described as meditation in motion. Its slow, deliberate movements require concentration, balance, coordination, and body awareness. Several studies have suggested that Tai Chi may support cognitive function, while also improving balance and reducing fall risk. Yoga offers many similar advantages. Depending on the style, yoga may improve flexibility, strength, balance, breathing, and relaxation. Stress management is another potential benefit. Since chronic stress may negatively affect cognitive health, activities that promote relaxation can be valuable additions to a healthy lifestyle. Another often overlooked form of exercise is simply learning something new. When you combine movement with skill development, the brain receives an additional challenge. Examples might include learning pickleball, taking dance lessons, trying a new fitness class, or participating in recreational sports. Novel experiences stimulate the brain in unique ways. The combination of movement, coordination, problem-solving, and learning may help support neuroplasticity. At this point, some viewers may be wondering, do I need to do all of these exercises? Not at all. The goal is not to create a complicated program. The goal is to create a balanced routine that is realistic and enjoyable. A typical week might include walking most days, strength training a few times per week, and occasional balance or flexibility exercises. The exact combination matters less than consistency. Remember, the best exercise is not necessarily the most intense. It's the one you will continue doing month after month and year after year. Because when it comes to brain health, consistency is where the real benefits begin to accumulate. Now that we've explored the different types of exercise, let's answer one of the most common questions older adults ask. How much exercise is actually necessary to support brain health? Do you need hours in the gym every week? Or can smaller amounts still make a difference? That's exactly what we'll explore in the next chapter. Chapter 5. How much exercise do you really need? After learning about the potential benefits of exercise for brain health, many people ask the same question: how much exercise is enough? The answer may be more encouraging than you think. You don't need to become a marathon runner. You don't need to spend hours in the gym every day. And you certainly don't need to train like a professional athlete. In fact, most public health recommendations focus on moderate, sustainable activity. Organizations such as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other public health authorities generally recommend at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity per week for older adults who are able to participate safely. That sounds like a large number at first, but when you break it down, it becomes much more manageable. 150 minutes per week equals about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. For many people, that can be achieved through walking, cycling, swimming, or other enjoyable activities. And here's another important point: those 30 minutes do not necessarily need to happen all at once. You might take a 10-minute walk after breakfast, another 10-minute walk after lunch, and a final 10-minute walk after dinner. The body and brain can still benefit from those shorter sessions. This is especially encouraging for people who are just beginning an exercise routine. Many older adults avoid exercise because they believe they must start with a demanding program. But research consistently shows that moving from inactivity to some activity often provides meaningful benefits. Think about it this way: if you're currently exercising 0 minutes per week, adding even a small amount of activity is a step in the right direction. You don't have to reach perfection overnight. The goal is progress, not perfection. Another common mistake is focusing too much on intensity. Some people assume that if exercise doesn't leave them exhausted, it isn't helping. But for many older adults, consistency is far more important than intensity. A moderate walk performed regularly may provide greater long-term benefits than occasional, strenuous workouts that are difficult to maintain. Consistency also reduces the risk of injury. One of the biggest barriers to lifelong exercise is doing too much too soon. When people become injured, they often stop moving altogether. A gradual approach is usually more sustainable. If you're unsure where to begin, consider asking yourself one simple question: what form of movement do I enjoy enough to repeat next week? The answer may be walking. It may be gardening. It may be dancing. It may be swimming with friends. The specific activity matters less than your willingness to continue doing it. Remember, exercise is not a short-term project. It's a lifelong investment in your health. And when it comes to brain health, those investments may continue paying dividends for years to come. Chapter 6. The one thing even more important than exercise. At this point, exercise may sound like the ultimate solution for brain health. And while physical activity is extremely important, there is something equally important to understand. Exercise works best when it is part of a larger healthy lifestyle. Think of brain health as a team effort. Exercise is a valuable member of that team, but it doesn't work alone. One of its most important partners is sleep. Many people underestimate the role sleep plays in cognitive function. During sleep, the brain performs essential maintenance activities. Researchers believe sleep helps consolidate memories, process information, and support learning. Inadequate sleep may contribute to difficulties with attention, concentration, and memory. Have you ever noticed how much harder it is to think clearly after a poor night's sleep? Most people have experienced that feeling. Now imagine the cumulative effect of poor sleep over months or years. Protecting sleep may be one of the most powerful things we can do. For long-term brain health, social connection is another key factor. Humans are social creatures. Meaningful conversations, friendships, family relationships, volunteering, and community involvement all provide mental stimulation. Social engagement challenges the brain in ways that many people don't realize. Every conversation requires attention, memory, language processing, emotional awareness, and decision-making. In other words, social interaction can be a workout for the brain. Research has repeatedly shown that social isolation may be associated with poorer health. Outcomes in older adults. This doesn't mean you need a large social circle. Even a few meaningful relationships can make a significant difference. Nutrition also deserves attention. The brain requires a steady supply of nutrients to function properly. Many experts recommend dietary patterns rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, healthy fats, and lean sources of protein. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon, sardines, and other fatty fish, have received considerable attention in brain health research. Hydration matters as well. Even mild dehydration can affect concentration and mental performance. Another factor is lifelong learning. The brain thrives on challenge. Learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, taking a class, reading books, or developing a new hobby can stimulate neural pathways and support cognitive engagement. The important lesson here is that no single habit determines brain health. Rather, it is the combination of healthy habits that creates the strongest foundation. Exercise supports sleep. Sleep supports memory. Social connection supports emotional well-being. Nutrition provides the building blocks the brain needs to function. Together, these factors work as a system, and that system becomes increasingly important as we age. Chapter 7. A simple daily routine for a healthier brain. By now, you may be wondering how all of this information fits into everyday life. After all, knowing what to do is one thing. Actually doing it is another. The good news is that supporting brain health does not require a complicated schedule. In many cases, simple routines are the most effective, because they are easier to maintain. Let's look at an example of what a brain-friendly day might look like. Imagine starting your morning with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching. This doesn't have to be intense. The goal is simply to wake up the body and prepare it for movement. Stretching may improve flexibility, circulation, and mobility. After breakfast, you might take a short walk around your neighborhood. Perhaps it's only 10 or 15 minutes. That's perfectly fine. Remember, every bit of movement contributes to your overall activity level. Later in the day, you could add another walk, or engage in another enjoyable activity, such as gardening, swimming, or cycling. The goal is to reduce prolonged periods of sitting. Research suggests that spending too much time sedentary may negatively affect health, even among people who exercise occasionally. Movement throughout the day matters. In the evening, consider adding light strength exercises. Resistance bands are often an excellent choice because they are affordable, portable, and easy to use. Even a few basic exercises performed consistently can help maintain muscle strength and physical independence. Twice a week, consider incorporating balance-focused activities. Simple balance exercises, Tai Chi, or yoga can help improve stability and confidence while reducing fall risk. But remember, physical activity is only part of the routine. Mental engagement matters too. Read a book, work on a puzzle, learn something new, call a friend, join a community group, volunteer, take a class. Every one of these activities challenges the brain in valuable ways. And don't overlook the importance of enjoyment. People are much more likely to maintain habits they genuinely enjoy. If you dislike one activity, try another. There is no single perfect exercise for everyone. The best routine is the one that fits your abilities, interests, and lifestyle. The objective is not perfection. The objective is consistency. Small actions repeated over months and years often create remarkable results. And perhaps that's one of the most encouraging messages in all of brain health research. You don't have to transform your life overnight. You simply need to take the next step. Then repeat it tomorrow. As we conclude today's discussion, let's review the key lessons. First, changes in memory and thinking can occur as a normal part of aging. However, the brain remains adaptable throughout life. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, and it means the brain continues to learn, grow, and form new connections even in later years. Second, exercise appears to support brain health through several pathways. It may improve blood flow, support the production of important growth factors, such as BDNF, and help maintain a healthier inflammatory balance. Third, you do not need extreme workouts to experience benefits. Walking, swimming, cycling, dancing, strength training, Tai Chi, and yoga may all contribute to healthy aging. Fourth, consistency matters more than intensity. Regular movement performed week after week is often more valuable than occasional bursts of strenuous exercise. And finally, exercise works best when combined with other healthy habits. Quality sleep, nutritious food, meaningful social connections, lifelong learning. Together, these habits create a powerful foundation for cognitive health and overall well-being. Now, let's end with one simple thought. Your brain was designed to move. No form of exercise can guarantee perfect memory or prevent every age-related challenge. But decades of scientific research suggest that staying physically active is one of the most meaningful investments you can make in your future health. A walk around the block, a few minutes of stretching, a conversation with a friend, a decision to keep moving. These small actions may seem ordinary today, but over time, they can become extraordinary gifts to your future self. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking the video and sharing it with someone who may benefit from this information. Take care of yourself, stay active, and I'll see you in the next video.